Hey, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are tuning in from. I'm Stanley Dietrich, your host for the Stronger Futures Project. And today I'm joined with my co host, Jennifer Reef, and she is a certified EFT, emotional EFF
Freedom.
freedom technique. It's easier just to say EFT tapping, but I want to share the emotional freedom, and
Yes.
it's a technique, and that's the big title. But if you can just remember this tapping, I am telling you, you are in for a world that will change in a little bit of time. And you're going to say, how come nobody teaches this stuff? Well, today I'm telling you that Jennifer teaches this. She's been certified in this. I'm going to let her share a little bit right after I get done running my mouth here. But I want to tell you the transformation that takes place. And once you get to know Jennifer, you're going to fall in love with her just as I did. And you're going to be amazed by the simplicity that can move mountains when you apply it. So, Jennifer, please share a little bit about who you are, what you do, and we're going to get into this.
Okay, first of all, Stanley, thank you for that lovely introduction. I feel the same to you. I feel like we've known each other forever and we haven't, but I feel that connection strongly. So I really came into this wellness arena about 38 years ago when I had my second daughter, and I was extremely ill. I almost didn't make it. Obviously, I did because here I am. But I was really poorly for quite some time, and it threw my world. I had another daughter who was 6, 2 young children, couldn't even stand up, I couldn't do anything. I was in probably the lowest state I've ever been in.
Hmm.
And it took 18 months to recover. That wasn't easy. I was very angry. I had so many feelings about this. Why me? People have children, they walk out of the hospital, here I am, barely alive. So after the 18 months and I started to recover, somebody just called me and said, there's a course I think you need to go on. Okay, I have no idea what it is. And I trusted this friend to know, she knew me, and I thought, okay, I need something. I was so confused about everything. I was really not good. And I went on the course, and this course was a counselling course. But of course, when you go on any counselling course, you have to be counselled. You have to find out about yourself. So it was a self-discovery course, and it was 4 years, not every day, but 3 days a week. And it changed my life. It gave my life a purpose. I started to understand myself, which was the most important thing at that time. What is happening? Why is this happening? How do I respond? So the course was my first introduction into how the mind works, how we work. And I was hooked from the moment I went on that course to today. I am so fascinated about how we function, how our mind works, not the technical part of it, the practical part. Because I'm extremely spiritual, but incredibly practical.
Yes.
And I love simple. So I've done that course. I then thought I'd love hypnotherapy. That would be great. So I did hypnotherapy. I qualified in that. I don't usually collect anything because at school I got nothing. So I'm not a collector of accreditations, but I just wanted to learn. I
Mhm.
also did Reiki healing, and then I found tapping. Well, tapping for me is perfect because it's simple, effective, and easy, and I make it quite fun too. So I found a way to combine all my journey into helping people and helping myself. So firstly, I must say all this works because I've tried it. I use it. If it didn't work, I wouldn't be giving it to anybody. So I know it works, but I love the simplicity. You know, we don't have to make things complicated. You don't have to know how your mind is reprogramming. I'm not into that. Go find somebody else who knows that. I'm not into that. I just know when you're tapping around the acupressure points around the top half of the body, you can change your mind. It reprograms on its own. It's the most amazing thing. And all you have to do is voice how you feel, tap around the area, and eventually, by the end of the session, you probably won't even remember what you were tapping on in the first place. I've had people say, "What's the problem?" So I actually write down for the person what they wanted to change, and I
Mhm.
show it to them at the end because it's gone. So it's for me, it's everything. I use everything. The hypnosis is underpinning it because you're then reiterating what you're saying, what you want. So it's a great tool for me to help people to change easily, simply. And with that, their life can change if they're not happy.
I love the simple, easy, and fun.
Yeah, that's me. Simple, easy, fun. Has to be like that. Any recipe I do has to be simple, easy, and fun.
Yes.
I don't want hours. My husband spends hours cooking because he loves it. I'm no way into that. He can cook for me for hours and I can make something just as lovely simply. So
Yeah.
that's kind of my journey. And it's been I have to say, like most people, I have had lots and lots of issues over the years, many issues. One of them was quite dramatic, which was I was adopted at 6 weeks old. And that journey up until the counselling was pretty confusing. Who am I? Where do I belong? Do I belong there? Who's that? What's this? What's that? So a lot of confusion, really, from the beginning.
So
Yeah.
I, I know about tapping, and this is why I knew that I wanted to have you on here and to spotlight you and to help you share this fun, easy technique with other people. And it's so simple, but it's so life changing. And yeah, tell me a little bit about when you started, because I want to build this up into this idea and understanding around the mindset is you don't have to know about how many neurons are connecting to other neurons and what part of the amygdala is connecting to
No,
the hippocampus and all that other stuff.
no.
You're saying, hey, we're going to rewire and reset so that
Yeah.
all those parts can now operate at their optimal level. So share a little bit about that, please.
Well, just by tapping. I mean, the points we tap around, everybody knows acupuncture, acupressure. We know that. That's been going for 4,000 years. So we know about the acupressure points. We know they're there. We know they can change. Donna Eden, she's a marvelous person to look at. She changed her whole life through the meridians, acupressure, tapping, all of it. So it's just amazing. I'm not technical. I don't like information like that. I don't want to read stuff. I've written an article on it. So if anybody wants to get that, just ask me. I can give it. If there are people who like information,
Right.
I'm opposite. I like let's do it. So it's probably hard for you to understand or people to understand. How could something so simple like tapping, how can that do anything? It's not possible. It's too simple. You know, when they invented the injection to cure people, how could an injection or something that goes in your just cure something? It's ridiculous. Penicillin. How could that be? But it does. It did. So we have to understand that it doesn't have to be complicated.
Right.
We don't have to drive ourselves mad finding out this stuff. We just have to do it. It's like most things, do it and see the results. So I hope today when we do a bit of tapping, people will tap along because
Yes.
that's the only way you're going to get a change. You will not get the change watching me on a video and sitting there looking at me. You will not get anything happen. In fact, you'll probably be quite bored just sitting there looking. So the best thing to do is to tap along with me, say what I say in your mind or out loud. And even the few minutes we're going to tap, there will be a change, even those couple of minutes. It won't solve your whole life problems because you need to do it every day for that. But it certainly will. I mean, it lowers your heart rate, your your blood pressure goes down because you are putting yourself almost in a hypnotic state. But that state is the one between sleep and awake, when actually, if there was an emergency, you get up and go, you would be awake enough. But it's that amazing place where all this happens. So we are going to be talking to our unconscious mind, who thinks they keep us safe. In fact, they keep us stuck.
Right.
I mean, obviously, we need to know things like can't cross the road till the lights are green, red. You know, we have to know certain information, but we certainly don't have to keep old hurts alive. We don't have to keep limited beliefs alive. We don't have to have negative thoughts. They're not helping us at all. And these are the sorts of things we are trying to say, I don't need you. Thank you very much. But I'm going to go another way now. I'm going to do something different. And this is all happening while we're tapping. So you have to just be open to trying it.
Yes.
And if it doesn't work for you, then hey ho.
And you know, Henry Ford said, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
I love that saying.
When you make up your mind that you're open, and this isn't woo-woo. What's amazing is that it's no different than if we touch the stove and we say, that's hot, versus we engage our sensory. And what you're sharing is, what you're sharing is that we're engaging our sensory and the meridians are getting activated. And now the body is coming together like a fine-tuned watch where all the gears, the little fine gears, if there's one tooth that's out, it could still operate.
Yeah.
If you start taking other teeth out, it's not going to function. It's not going to keep time like it should. And what you're talking about, those meridians, is that we can actually reset those meridians by doing this tapping. So you're telling me that I can't know how to ride a bike by reading about it.
Exactly.
I actually have to ride the bike.
Exactly. Exactly. It's everything. It's like I can read all the cookery books in the world and not do any cooking and say, well, I'll do it tomorrow. Nobody can do that. I mean, it's crazy. You're so right. You know, we need to say it in simple terms so people realize that if you want to learn anything, you have to do it. If you want to learn to paint, you have to try it out. It's not going to be perfect. I mean, the thing about tapping is you can't get it wrong. Kids and nobody. My 9-year-old granddaughter taps along with me. I have a really lovely video of her and myself tapping and her telling me to do something. But she can tell, she's got no fear of it going wrong. Adults go, oh, well, I don't know what to say. Shall I tap my head? Doesn't matter. It doesn't. The intention, as you've just said, everything starts with the intention. We have decided, you know, I gave up smoking after, a long time ago, but I gave up smoking because I fell pregnant. It took 5 years to get pregnant. I wasn't going to smoke because I was so happy to be pregnant. I didn't want to spoil anything. So I gave it up. So once you decide, I know with me, when I've decided, no one on this earth can change my mind.
Right.
No one. I have to be 100% buying into what I'm saying. I didn't want to give up smoking, but I thought that was the best thing and the correct thing for my child, to give her the best possible chance. So whatever the reason is, if you You've been drinking all your life and you decide you want to get clean. If you're a drug addict and you want to get clean, you have to buy into that 100%.
Right.
You might slip off now and again, but you know you're going to get back. You know you are so determined. 75% of any therapy is your determination. I'm just guiding you. Once you're determined, that's wonderful. Yeah, I know you're with me. I know I can help you. And you think, I've got just somebody to guide me. Not knowing what to say, we all know what to say. We say we don't. We know. We know exactly what to say. But I can help guide people with my words, hopefully intuitively, when I meet somebody new. And they told me a bit about them. I've already sort of literally tapped into their problems, what's going on, and I can help them.
Right.
So but they are willing. I can't do it without them.
Right.
As you said, there has to be a joint effort to do anything. If you want to learn something, you've got to go and do it. You've got to find somebody, you've got to seek them out. And you've got to be willing to say, I can't do this wrong. Nothing that way, this way. I don't care which way you do it. It's not wrong. So you have to give yourself a break and say, I'm willing to try. And it does look a bit crazy, but I say, we all look crazy. If I'm doing it, we all look crazy. It's okay. It's fun.
Well, they thought Edison was crazy.
Yes.
And Thomas Bell.
Yes.
Yeah.
And can airplanes fly? Can they fly?
And the Wright brothers. And yes.
Everyone.
And now people stand in line and pay extremely well for two brothers that had a harebrained idea. And they said, we're going to get this harebrained idea off the ground.
I know. Where would we be without them? Hey?
The beauty behind tapping is you don't even have to leave your house, stand in line. You can do this at any moment. And so before we get too far into this, I want to bring up your website. It's going to go across the bottom. It's very simple. You can get a hold of Jennifer. And we are just getting started, folks. So I hope you've buckled up. You got your coffee, you got whatever. If you don't have coffee, we're about to give it to you because you're going to be energized by the end of this session, this podcast, unlike anything else. And it's a reset. That's what I love about tapping. It's a reset. And it is the determination of making the choice, making the decision that I'm going to give myself 5 minutes or 10 minutes. If you don't have 10 minutes, you definitely need to book a call because we'll help you find that 10 minutes and get you into the life of your dreams, not just the life that you dream about. You can start living it. So it's at jennifer-reef.com. Easy. And you can book a virtual call. It's complimentary. Listen, there is nobody that should not take you up on this offer. This is what I say. If you could have the life that you wanted by yourself, you would have already had it. Why not allow somebody else to come beside you, not do it for you, but to do it with you? Live showing, hey, life. When we get that disconnection notice in our own mind, right? And we're going along and we're going, what in the heck am I doing here? Where am I going? And we go to the store, we try to buy something and we lose connection. By tapping, we can get reconnected. So I'm always going to be able to come back to my bearing point. And it's simple. That's what's so amazing about it. So, Jennifer, please take over and run with this.
Okay, so I'm just going to do a couple of rounds, and once you know how to do it. I'm going to, have you got something you want me to tap on, Stanley? Anything you fancy? I mean, it could be anything.
Let me see here. Let's just be completely vulnerable, okay? Um,
Open.
Open. I am looking for I've got clients that are ending and now I've got openings. And so there's always that contemplation going on in our minds as to, hey, where's the next client going to come from? So I can get into that mode and I can say, you know what? Maybe I'm not good enough again. Maybe I need to get another certification. Maybe I need to get more knowledge. Maybe I need to, and we can start playing that rumination
We do.
thought.
We
We
do.
do. And
then we don't get the clients because we're blocking it. I mean, that's the problem.
exactly.
Yeah, we are our worst enemy. We
Yeah.
sabotage every day, every minute, and we're so used to it. When, this is us. Oh, I can't help it. This is me. I'm this age. I'm that. I'm not good enough. This is the problem for all of us.
Yes.
So maybe just, how about willingness to be open to new clients, or willingness to be open to new relationships? Willing to be open to anything new would be a good start. So how about that? Yeah. So all I'm asking you to do, if you're listening live or on a recording, just tap along with me. And all we're doing is we're tapping on the side of the hand, and we're going to do this 3 times because this is telling our brain what we want to do. So we have to tell it what to do. So take a deep breath in. Doesn't matter how many fingers you use, doesn't matter where you tap, just on the side of the hand will be fine. So repeat after me. Even though I'm not sure where my next client's coming from.
I'm not sure where my next client's coming from.
I'm not sure when I'm going to meet somebody new.
I'm not sure when I'm going to meet somebody new.
I'm not sure whether I could even ever get on with my children again.
I'm not sure when I'm
ever going to get on with them again. I mean, people have problems.
Yes.
So anything new coming along is difficult. So I am willing and able to let this go.
I'm willing and able to let this go.
So even though I don't know what the future holds.
Even though I don't know what the future holds.
Instead of being fearful. I might like to be excited.
I'm wanting to be excited.
Because you never know where you're going to find anything.
Because you never know when that client's going to come.
So new clients are everywhere.
New clients are everywhere.
Love is everywhere.
Life is everywhere.
Love is everywhere.
Love is everywhere.
And we just have to be open.
We just have to be open.
So I'm willing to be open right now.
I'm willing to be open right now.
So we're going to tap in the middle of the center of the eyebrows. All this fear I have.
All this fear that I have.
Side of the eye. It's driving me mad.
It's driving me mad.
Yeah. Under the eye. I can't think straight.
I can't think straight.
Under the nose. I'm so worried.
I'm so worried.
I'm so fearful. Under the chin, under the nose, under the mouth even. Yeah, under the mouth. I'm so fearful.
I'm so fearful.
And just under the collarbone. I just don't know where they're coming from.
I just don't know where they're coming from.
I don't know where I'm going to find them.
I don't know where I'm going to find them.
I might lose sleep over this.
I'm losing sleep over this.
I'm losing sleep over this. I mean, I'm thinking about it day and night.
I am thinking about it day and night.
And I'm stopping them coming. Yeah. I'm stopping them coming because I'm so worried.
Yes, the phone is not ringing.
Who's going to come to me if I'm so worried? Nobody.
Yes, who is going to come to me if I'm so worried?
Yeah, that new love's not coming under the arm. That new love isn't coming in like this.
I'm not.
New love, yeah.
Yes.
The clients aren't coming in like this.
The clients are not coming in like this. Not in this state.
Nobody's going to want to come to me in this state.
No one's going to come to me in this state.
So I have to change.
So I have to change.
Or I can stay as I am. It's up to me.
It's up to me.
Yeah. But as I'm here, I'm willing to change.
I'm not afraid to change.
I'm not afraid to change. Yeah. In fact, I'm rather happy to change.
I am rather happy to change.
Because I've got no energy.
Because it's draining energy and I want the energy.
Yeah, and because I won't have the energy for the clients that are coming or the new love that's coming.
Yes, I want the
Yes.
energy for the new clients.
So I have to let this go with love.
So
This may be a new concept for people, letting it go with love, but it's true. We have to let go with love.
let go. Yep.
Yeah, we have to let go. So if we've been hurt in the past, or we're worried about the money, or we're worried about the new clients, or we're worried about why our daughters or sons aren't doing what we want them to do, or whatever's happening in our life, we need to let it go. And it's such a relief when you can let it go.
It is a relief when we can let it go.
It's huge. Even now I'm feeling that sort of, oh my God, I can let it go. I've given myself permission to let it go.
I'm giving myself permission to let it go.
Because it's not serving me.
Because it is not serving me.
No. What's serving me is that I'm alert, I'm well, I've got energy. And if I'm looking for love, I need to be bright and energized and looking good and relaxed. Otherwise, nobody wants me.
Yes. So I like that. Clients and love all in the same time.
Yeah.
Not with the same. Yeah.
Not yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's separate. Yeah. But the thing is, we could be more loving to our own family that we already have.
Yes, we can be more loving to our family and to myself.
Certainly first. So I'm going to love myself first.
I'm going to love myself first.
So when I love myself, I look after myself. I eat healthily. I go for walks in the fresh air because I love myself enough.
Yes, I love myself enough.
So we have to start with ourselves. So I now love myself.
I now love myself, and that opens the door for new clients.
Everything. You never have to worry again about new clients or new loves or new relationships or the ones you already have. You could be filled with so much love yourself that it's radiating out of you. Well, who doesn't want to come to you when you're like that? You draw people into you when you are open and loving and fun and relaxed.
Exactly.
That's what you can do for yourself. You can just let it all go. And it's that simple. So trust me, it's that simple. So I'm willing and able to let go.
I'm willing to let go
of all my worries and fears that never happen.
Yes, of all the worries and fears that have never happened.
And if they did happen, I'd deal with them.
Yes, I deal with them.
Yeah, we've all dealt with stuff. We can deal with that. But it's not all coming at once, by the way. Not usually. So I am loving to myself first.
I'm loving to myself first.
I'm letting go of all this nonsense that I talk to myself about. Not good enough.
Letting go of nonsense.
Yeah, I'm not good enough. Nobody likes me. Nobody wants me. I'm no good. Oh, by that time you need a drink, so that's not very good. So tapping is much better. Yeah, so I'm going to let go of all my fears and I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust the universe to bring me the right clients, the right lover, the right relationship with my kids, the right job. I'm going to trust and I'm going to relax and I'm just going to have fun. And I'm just going to be myself, because heaven knows it's taken me years to find myself.
I am going to be myself.
Yeah. Once you find yourself, it's wonderful. It's like meeting a best friend you've ever had. So I'm just going to be myself. I'm going to be myself. And even though this video's got stuck right in the middle, I'm just going to keep going. And now you've got the idea of how to tap and let go with love. Be yourself. Yeah, we went. I still tapped. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let
see you tapping.
Oh, good.
And that's what happens. This is what happens. We get a disconnect, and we start saying, hey, I'm frozen. I'm stuck. But as long as you keep going, it comes right back, and you go, hey, you know what? This is what life is all about.
This is real life in the make. It is exactly what real life is. So I just kept tapping and talking and thought, well, we'll get back. And if we don't, hey ho. So I'm glad we're back. So I'm just letting go of everything now. And I'm just letting myself be myself.
I am letting myself be myself.
Because I'm magnificent.
Because I am magnificent.
I'm a magnificent human being. And I'm not letting anyone know about me. So I'm now going to let go with love and just be myself. So I'm going to stop tapping, and I want you to just take a deep breath in. And I'm going to ask you how you feel, Stanley.
Amazing. Amazing.
I'm tingling all over.
Yes.
I really am. And as I said to you earlier, when I tap with you or anyone, I am receiving the same. We all have the same problems. You speak to anyone, we've all got the same whinges and moans, and so we're all the same. We're all different, but we're all the same. So exactly. When I'm tapping, I'm receiving, which is wonderful, because that's not what I imagined. So I'm hoping whoever tapped along with us today or watches this again can benefit and know that we don't have to be stuck anymore. Right. We really don't. We can move if we choose. We said if you choose to make it different, and my life has turned upside down, but nobody would notice. My relationship with my family has just changed so much because I have said less. I've been happier. I've let go. I'm a mum. Remember, mums find it hard to let go of their kids and everything else. I've let go, and I'm just being myself. And it's the simplest thing I've ever done. Being yourself is quite simple.
You know, it is simple, and yet it seems like it is one of the most difficult things that people try to complicate.
Yes. Yes. We're looking in all the wrong places.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
We're looking for the next certification, which is what you said. Like, I need to go on another course. I need another diet. I need to go on another dating site. Do you know what? Do nothing but work on yourself. Leave everyone else alone. Leave everything alone and work on yourself. That's when the magic happens, when you look after yourself. Because the difference is when you walk into a room and somebody comes up and they're coming towards you, they're going to moan, who they are, and you just want to run. But if you walk into a room when somebody's smiling and happy and offering and how are you, and changes everything. So we have to be who we are in order to receive the things we want.
I noticed when we began, you started with the negative things, the negative thoughts.
Always. Yeah.
And can you share a little bit about why you started with the negative and the
Exactly.
problem?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, that's what's going around in our head. If you do not voice it or think about it, it will stay there. You have to admit to yourself what's going on, because it's like writing. You know, people do a lot of they just write. I do a lot of that. If I'm stuck with something, as tapping and as well as tapping, I will write everything down. All my angry thoughts, all my horrible, everything comes out. I might cry. I let everything up. You have to allow this to come up in order to let it go.
The Okay, so what I said before I lost connection, it's
Thank
the
you.
admission. And this is, I've had more occurrences on this call where I've lost the internet connection, because I think it's just an example that we lose connection with who we are.
Definitely.
And technology shows us, and we can get bent out of shape, or I could get bent out of shape and go, what the heck? Why am I losing? I'm paying $120 a month for internet and I'm
Yep.
losing connection,
Yep.
and I've got a satellite. What the heck?
On a live call.
Yeah, on a live call.
Yeah, hey, we're all suffering from the technology.
Yes. And so what happens in our life is that even when nobody knows, sometimes we lose connection. And that was the value of you sharing, of why we bring up the negative first, so that we can call it out and say, hey, this is what my problem is. This is what my issue is. This is what I'm thinking. This is my problem. And I got to admit it, get it out. And then I can demystify it, debunk it, and take the flames out of that dragon.
You know, when you say something out loud, it's come out. You can't unlearn. You can't unlearn. You can't, you can never unlearn what you know. You've got to get it out. And when I did my counseling course, you would sit there with someone and they would be talking for an hour, and you might say, oh, that's awful. Thank God I do something else now, because you can have someone doing that for 9 months, a year, 2 years. Oh
Yeah.
God, that sounds really awful. What do you think you should do? So I like to take, that brings that into play. You have to admit what's going on, even if you don't like you're on your own, or you're with me. You just say it out loud. You have to say it out loud. I'm scared of that. Where's the money come from? What am I going to do? I can't face it anymore. Say anything you like. Once you say it, well, once it's out, isn't it? You can't put it back. It's there. And then you go, do you know what? I've had worse than this. This is ridiculous. And we're frozen again. I think we're very disconnected on this call today, but very connected with the tapping. We're very connected with the tapping, but not on the call.
That's it.
But it's what you've got to say it, and then you've got to look at it, and then you think, hang on a minute, for goodness sake, you kind of, you bring it up, and then you rationalize it, and then you say, I can do this. This is easy. It's stage 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. And I hope that when we froze, I had my cute face.
You did. Yeah. And yeah, because I have lovely videos that I've got that started like that. Yeah. But you know what? You just got to laugh at yourself more. I think you have to take yourself lightly. You cannot be serious about yourself when
That's
so
true.
much terrible things are going on always in the world, not just now, but horrible things. You know, I have people that aren't well at the moment. I know they're, you know, it's difficult, very difficult. And it's actually our new year today. It's a Jewish New Year. So for me, mhm. Mhm.
See, I don't think it loses connection for you because I can still see everything that you're
I'm
doing.
moving. I'm thinking to myself, thank God it's not me, because my connection hasn't been great. But I'm glad it's not me. But the whole point is, this is all about you. It's not about anyone else. I dedicating time to you, working on you in a simple, easy way. And believe me, you if the other way just to tell you about to do this is if you're walking along in the street and you something's going on for you, do that. Nobody's looking at you. No one ever looks at anyone. And you're frozen again. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, well, so just do that.
Yeah.
Anything going on at any time. If you're in a difficult situation, say you're with your family or friends and somebody said something you don't like and you're about to leave the room, go to the loo, go in the hall and do that. And within 3 or 4 minutes,
Yes.
it's gone. It's
Yeah.
absolutely gone. That anger, that fear, that whatever it is gone. It stops it. It's miraculously fantastic.
So let me ask you, and I know the answer for my own self because I have been an avid tapper. When I was turned on to tapping, I was doing 3 sessions a day, and the hours that I put into it, the results and the experience that I felt once I did it, it was just mind blowing, just transforming. And so, do you have to say anything? Let's say you're just exhausted. Do you have to say anything, or can
No,
you just go to those meridian points
have to say
and
nothing because you know what's going on. You
right,
have to say no, I have done nothing, no words. I know exactly what's bothering me right now. So do you, so does everyone. So you could just
right,
nothing. It's just like how miraculous, how ridiculously simple. You need your fingers and you need to tap around these points. And there's lots of other points you can tap. This is just easy. And don't worry about the outcome. You don't worry about anything. It will work on its own. Trust, a lot of trust here.
right.
Trust yourself, trust that it works. Try it out, see for yourself. I don't think I've ever met anyone who said, well, that didn't work.
Right.
I mean, if they did, then they weren't genuinely interested.
Right.
So I had somebody once say to me, I bet you can't hypnotize me. And I said, you're right. He said, what do you mean? You said you were a hypnotist. You can do that. I said, but you can't make people do
Right.
anything. I can't hypnotize you if you do not want to be hypnotized. I can't. So the tapping won't work if you say, oh, yeah, okay. Oh, it can't work. It doesn't work. It's not really, you have to go into it with the spirit of you would like to see if this can help you. You've got to give it a go. It's like anything, isn't it? Give it a go.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would recommend to anyone who's catching the recording that is with us, that is not on the view here. Those that are watching on Facebook, look, this is simple, easy, and fun. Your whole day will change. It's that simple and it's that effective. And like Jennifer said, it is virtually and literally impossible to not feel a change. It is
Yeah.
literally impossible. If you go through the process, the karate chop, the eyes, the side, underneath the eyes, underneath the nose, the chin, the collarbone, and just below the armpit, and then the top of the head. If you do that, you go through that cycle, you go, well, this is dumb. And yeah,
Yeah.
okay, well, this is dumb. I'm not going to get anything out of this. What is this all about? This is so silly. I mean, God, I hope there's no camera going on right now because I just know people are going to be watching. And then you get into it and you go, wow, I'm actually starting to feel something. What in the world is this about? Can it really be this simple? And then you start getting into it and you're doing this and you go, I feel chemistry changing. I don't want to stop. And if you're sleepless at night, okay, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
laying there ruminating your thoughts, I always
Mm.
say this: if you can't get to sleep, don't sit in bed and read. Why? Because your mind associates it with the problem and you promote it by turning the light on and acknowledging to a problem. Keep the lights off and tap, and you don't even have to say anything. Your mind knows, like Jennifer said, your mind knows you can't go to sleep. Run
That
through
would be
that.
enough. That would be enough. Honestly, that would be enough. If you're laying in bed, that is enough. I
Yes.
never worry. I mean, I've given that advice to so many people about so many things. And tell you what else for road rage. We got a lot of road rage here. I know I'm in UK and you're not, but in
Yeah.
the UK, not where I live, thankfully. I'm by the sea. People are chilled out here. But in London, they are, and I just put my hand up if I want to come out and smile at them. Somebody's going to let me out at some point. Say it like this, and thank you. I say thank you to everyone. Thank you. Thank you. But those people are, what's worrying me is people like in that situation, their heart rate goes up, their blood pressure goes up, their energy levels are going through the roof. That they haven't got any energy by the time they get wherever they're going, and they're angry.
Yes.
It's shocking. So anything like, obviously you can't tap while you're driving. I mean, I have kind of, I have kind of done that sometimes, but not. I'll wait till I stop at the lights. You can do a bit of that. But actually, before you get in the car, do that. If you are a road ranger, if you tend to get angry and upset by people cutting you up, whatever, you do that before you get on any journey and your journey will change.
Exactly. Yeah.
You'll be safer. So it works on anything and everything. That's what I say.
That's it. Yeah, there's nothing that's omitted from this. It's just amazing, and having you as a coach with a client,
Yeah.
it's being able to just call this out and know that your hand is actually being held from a distance. And the beauty about this is that you can do this virtually, just like we just did. So I'm going to encourage our listeners to go to your website, book a call, and just explore what are the possibilities. And you can share more about it. And why would you not want the best life that you could have? I mean,
Well,
complexity is the enemy of execution, and simplicity is everything.
but we're all looking for we're all looking for it, but no one's found it yet.
Yeah.
So it's not there wherever we've been. It's not the
Right.
next person. And you can't find it in other people. You can't have a partner and say, oh, well, now I've got a partner.
Right.
Phew, thank God for
Yeah.
that. No, you've got more problems. You now got two of you with problems. I mean, I've taught my husband over the years to tap. We tap a lot. And I tell you what else he's done for him. He used to snore a lot. No more. Snoring. was
Yeah.
attached to a feeling he had when he was younger that we actually explored. And he stopped after that. I mean, that was unbelievable. And also he had a bad knee and we explored that. We did some tapping. So honestly, I try it on absolutely everything, anything, anyone. And with my granddaughter who was maybe feeling a bit threatened at some point, people, bullied, whatever.
Right.
I just said, tap there, give them a big smile and walk away. Say thank you. Don't stand there. What are
Right.
you standing for? You're waiting for them. But if you tap at the same time, it gives you like the courage to do something because you're doing something. You have a tool, you have a friend, you have something there that's helping
Right.
you. I don't know, it must be something there psychologically too. But she found that useful. It calms her down. She's not angry. I just said, smile at them. And they are, listen, bullies have been bullied. So again, let's be not feeling sorry for them, but having compassion for other people. Why are they doing that? But they're not going to do it to me.
Right.
So, we have to have a lot more. It's not just the tapping. I think it's the understanding, self-understanding of how you want to be showing up in this world while you're here. How do you want to be? What do you most like in someone else? So if I like something in Stanley, I'd say, I'd really like to be a bit more like Stanley in that way. Not copy him, but just I like that
Right.
way. I like the way his words flow out. I love it. So, you can always admire people and take that on, but in your own way.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
there is a lot more behind this tapping, but the tapping works anyway. If you've done no other work on yourself, it will work. But it will encourage you to do work on yourself because you start to like yourself. You start to think, oh, maybe I could do something else. It changes everything. As you say, it's changed my life. It's changed people I've worked with. They have changed their own lives. I have just been there as a helper, a supporter. It's not me doing anything. It's them doing it for themselves. So it's empowering when you don't have to go somewhere and get the answer from someone else, because no one's ever got the answer for you anyway. They're in their own little mind map, aren't they? I've got mine, you got yours. I'll say to you, Stanley, what shall I do? And you'll go something I think, well, I don't want to do that. So no one's got the answer for you. You have to get it. You have to have that self-trust belief in yourself to know that if you do it and it doesn't work, you won't do it that way again. You
That's
learn
it.
something.
That's it. That's exactly right. If it doesn't work, why? That's the definition of insanity. We keep doing the same thing over and over and over and
We
not
do.
getting a different result and go, why is that happening?
Yeah.
Tapping is a way to get a different result.
I think
And
it's a gift to yourself, Stanley. It's the best gift you can ever give yourself. If you like this kind of thing, there's other ways to help yourself. There's hundreds of ways. But I just love this, and because it's so simple, there's nothing else involved except you and your fingers and your words. It's the simplest thing I've ever come across to date. And it's almost like putting another CD in. Well, they don't do CDs anymore. It's changing the program in your computer. It's upgrading it.
yes,
It's putting a new program in, the one that you like.
exactly. Exactly.
Your
Change the
dream life.
hardware.
Yeah, it's your dream life. What is your dream life? What do you want? I just want to be sort of happy with simple things. That's what I want. I've got that. That's lovely. I've got it. I don't have to find it anymore. It's nothing I can't get out in the fresh air. I go to the sea, I see the trees, and I don't voice my opinion as much as I used to unless I need to. I'm much quieter now. So that's interesting for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it, Jennifer. Um, Here again, I want to close this with saying an enormous amount of gratitude for you showing up today and bringing your energy. And I think it was the tapping and the energy that was being transferred across the pond that was too much power
I
for
think you're right.
it to handle. I believe that.
I mean, I forgot to say that we're all energy.
Yes,
Whether you believe that or not, it's proven now. We are all energy. So
exactly.
we are, and we are tapping into our own energy, into our own mind, body, and soul on our own, with nobody's help. And that's the most wonderful thing. But just to know that it's just energy, that's all it is. It's nothing else. So I love it, as you can hear. I'm a big fan and use it all the time. And it's just been such a pleasure, Stanley. And I thank you very much for having me on and allowing me to share my passion with you and whoever's listening.
Well, it's a gift. And that's what the Future Strongers project is all about. It's about helping you to navigate through the journey, the storms of life and create a stronger future. We only get stronger when we have a resistance, and the resistance is there as our friend, not our foe. If we look at it that way and we say, what muscle am I needing to build? And so any thoughts that you may be having, any discouragement that you may be having, that's what this show is about. It's about bringing guests on here to give you a fire hydrant full of opportunities so that you can take and use what you need in this moment for the future so that you can become stronger, you can share it, and that you can not just have shelf help, but actually have self help and constantly growing and nurturing and never ending learning and application each time we meet. So thank you for joining us. And if you're catching the recording, just know that we love technology and we love the internet. So I'm not complaining at all. I'm just glad that we have it. And every now and then we have a glitch, but in life we have a glitch every now and then, but we can pick back up and start again. And so until the next time, have an outstanding week. Weekend's coming up. Enjoy it. Do some tapping and get a hold of Jennifer. Until
Thank
then,
you.